Hello, my bookish besties, and welcome into another What I Read in a Week as a Corporate America girly. I will be honest, I started this video like a literal whole week ago, and I somehow forgot to record a intro. So this is me from the future saying hello and welcome into today's video. Join me for a really fun week of reading. It was a super busy week, but there's definitely still so much to discuss in today's video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go back in time and get to reading. Okay, it is Sunday, November 2nd, which means I am officially reading the second portion of Not Quite Dead Yet today. See? Sunday, November 2nd. I thought it would be fun to divide these into the sections. Today, let's see, start on page 22. And I'll end on 65. So I have about 40 pages to read today. Not too bad. I had such a good time reading the first portion though that I'm worried the same thing's gonna happen today where I get super invested and I have a really hard time stopping. But yeah, this book is crazy so far. I'm really curious to see what happens next. So let's read part 2. Time to figure out what happened to Jet, at least a little bit. I already can tell this book is going to break my heart. I'm only 20 pages in, so this isn't really a spoiler, but feel free to skip ahead a couple seconds if you would like. Jet, our main character, she keeps talking about, oh, I'll do that later, I have so much time. Like, oh, that doesn't matter. I have all the time left in the world. Oh my god, I'm so thankful I'm alive. But I have a really strong feeling she's gonna die. And she keeps mentioning, like I said, that she has all this time left. And I don't think she does. Oh man. Hello friends, it is Tuesday. If you're new here, that means I worked from home today. It is now about 5 p.m. I didn't record anything today during the day itself. I was pretty busy for most of the day, and if you can hear my laundry going in the background, just ignore that. That was part of what I was busy with, but I did do quite a lot of reading today. I read pretty much from the sticky note to the end of Gallant. I started this on Sunday night, I think, read the first like 20 pages and then just listened to the rest of it today. It's one of those weird books that like I feel like I liked it, but it wasn't amazing. The first half, the vibes were immaculate, and then like, I don't know, maybe 60% of the way through, I felt like we kind of just lost the plot a little bit. This is like one of those weird books where like it's about a girl who can see ghosts and she ends up going to a haunted house, basically. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. It was good. it just wasn't great. I rated it 3 stars. I don't really have any thoughts, to be honest, but I'm glad I read it. It was a great, like, spooky season-ish vibe. And yeah, I think that was about 300-ish pages that I read. So really pleased with this. I didn't update any yesterday because I didn't read any yesterday. I had such a busy day at work, and a couple of my coworkers have actually started reading recently. So when I wasn't busy with work itself, I was actually discussing books all day, which was so exciting. That's like a fever dream for me. I pretty much am alone at work in the reading world, but recently I've had 3 or 4 different coworkers that started reading. One of them, she's like kind of already been a reader, but she recently got back into reading. And then one of them, she doesn't read, but she recently asked me for a recommendation, and I told her she should read Verity because she really likes kind of the spooky books like that. And Colleen Hoover, I feel like, is a good beginner book, and she is loving it so far. And she said for the first time ever, she went past her allocated pages for the day. So that was really exciting. And then I have 2 guy friends that recently started reading, and that is so exciting for me. One of them asked me for recommendations, and the other one just kind of like found books on his own and was talking to me about them. And I love that. It is so much fun. It makes me feel so good inside that all of my friends have started reading. My husband has recently started reading too. So we just have like a little coworker reading gang going on, and I love that so much. And I'm really excited to continue to discuss books with it. But anywho, the moral of the story is I didn't really read on Monday. I, this week, have been reading Not Quite Dead Yet. If you didn't know, this book takes place, it's like divided up into days, the first day being Friday, October 31st, 2025. So I thought it'd be fun to read every single day with the days. But because I didn't get any reading done on Monday, I actually am technically behind. I have Monday and Tuesday to read. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sit down and do that. I am kind of upset that I didn't read this, but like I said, I had such a good day at work that it's okay. This book is so good so far though. I'm like really, really loving it a lot. But today is Dancing with the Stars night, which means I have to read like all 60 pages or whatever from Monday and Tuesday before Dancing with the Stars, because that's like priority number 1 around here. But I do feel pretty good about this. I feel like this is a fast-paced book, so I probably can read it pretty fast. But yeah, I am gonna try to read Mondays and Tuesdays. I mean, like I've literally got 2 pages in. So here's Monday, and this is where I finished the other day. It was only like 2 pages. Yes, like I said, I got busy, but anywho. And then today I also did read 10 pages of Oathbringer. This is my current Cosmere read I'm on. I'm kind of in like a weird Cosmere reading slump. Oathbringer in the beginning, at least so far, has been kind of boring. It's a lot of like world setup, and also with it being Halloween recently, I've been wanting to read, you know, there's just certain genres that I want to read, like Gallant. I started Immortal Consequences recently. I started Mate recently. Like, these are the kind of October reads I'm wanting to read, but I feel like I have to read my Cosmere read, you know what I'm saying? So I did go ahead and read 10 pages of this today, just a little quick audiobook chapter, but I do think I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Not Quite Dead Yet for the day. And then if I finish both of my days that I need to read in this, and I have time before Dancing with the Stars, I think I'm going to go back to Oathbringer for a little bit. But anyhow, that's my update, and I will catch y'all in the next update. Okay, friends, I'm going to be honest. In earlier clips, I talked about how I was reading this every day. I am only up to Tuesday. I haven't read as much as I wanted. I think the last time I updated, I said I was going to read before Dancing with the Stars. Pretty much like the second I sat down to read, my husband got home from work, and then I watched Dancing with the Stars, and then I went to sleep. And then today at work, I did read a little bit, but only, I think this is like 10 pages, like hardly any. And it is, okay, my clock is wrong there because of daylight savings time, but it is 9:22 at this exact moment. But I do still need to take my everything shower for the night. It is Wednesday, so it is hair washing day, so it's a long shower tonight. But I'm hoping that maybe I can take a quicker shower and then read. I don't think I'll be able to get up to Thursday, but read pretty much as much of this as possible so that maybe I can kind of get back on track. But I'm loving this so far. This book is so good, and it is so thought-provoking, which I should have seen that coming. If you don't know, this book is basically about a girl who like gets bonked in the head, and she basically gets told, you know, you can either do a surgery that will probably kill you, or you can live for another week or so before you die basically from your injuries. And she decides, you know what, I think I'm going to live that extra week and try to solve my own murder. But there's just so much like dark humor and thought-provoking lines and messaging in this book. And like I said, I should have seen it coming, because one, it's Holly Jackson, and I feel like she just kind of does that. But two, like, this topic is just so heavy. Like, the character keeps making jokes about, like, oh, I have all the time in the world left. Or, like, oh, I'm just a dead girl walking. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm scared of the dark, because what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to die. And it's really getting me in my feels, to be honest. But, yeah, so far I'm loving it. I'm getting really excited to read more. Like I said, I'm definitely behind. This week has been so busy. I had a really busy day at work. Wednesdays are my like super heavy, action-packed filled day. But I do think tomorrow I can read more. This is a long week though. I do work this Friday, so we'll just kind of have to see how the vibes are vibing. But I feel good. I have a giant stack of my TBR for the rest of the year sitting in front of me, and looking at it, I just, oh my god, guys. Like, this is the stack. And I have a couple others, but yeah, we're getting down into crunch time. It is crazy. And I feel like even though the holidays like technically should be slower, my hair's looking crazy. Like, I feel like somehow my work is amping up. Like, I'm so busy. But you know what? That is the point of these vlogs, is I'm a average, typical American corporate girly. So yeah. I'll update you guys again tomorrow with what I end up reading, both today and tomorrow, and I will see you the next time I update. Oh, also, this is so random, but maybe you guys can give me some feedback. My husband and I have been deciding all evening what to do about my book storage. So, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I have a tall shelf kind of sitting here. I'm sitting in my reading chair, which is in the corner of my office, and then I have a tall bookshelf that's basically like sitting kind of on the same wall as my reading chair, but like on the other side of the room. And then I have all of these bookshelves. Don't mind my trash right there. My dog got into it earlier. But anyway, I have all of these, but they're cubes. But also, I don't know that I want to block my window. But I think what we're talking about doing is maybe a bookshelf there, like one along this wall, and then maybe doing two of the like Billy style bookshelves, like the kind of bigger ones on that wall, and then maybe covering the window, but like we just can't decide. I feel like having a couple of the normal size bookshelves, like the ones that I have my Brandon Sanderson and all that on, would help with my storage issues, because like I'm legitimately running out of space, which like is such a blessing and a curse, right? Like, I'm so blessed that I have a hobby and the finances to support my hobby, you know, and like something that I love doing, like reading, that I want to invest in and stuff. But it just sucks for like storage purposes, I guess, because like I look around and I'm like, well, I don't necessarily want to get rid of the books that I've read because I like them, and I don't necessarily want to get rid of my TBR because I'll read them at some point. But also, some of these have been sitting here for years, and I don't think I'll get to them anytime soon, so I could get rid of them, but then I'll be sad I got rid of them. And then I have like my decor shelf over there, like you've probably seen, and it's like, well, like my Brandon Sanderson shelf, for example, if I get literally anything else, man's gonna need a third shelf. So it's like, I don't know what to do. So if you have any fun, creative feedback, let me know. I think I'm leaning towards getting at least 3, maybe, of the regular size shelves, like the one I have over here, but I just don't know. Because like I like the cubes. It's just, I don't know that they're the most realistic option for me. But anywho, like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. 2 years ago today, I saw Zoe on a Facebook post and decided that she was gonna be our doggy. And now she lives with me forever. Isn't that right, sweet girl? You're such a cutie baby. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love her. This is my bestie. Are you my bestie? Okay, she doesn't like cuddling very much, to be honest, but I love her. I love her. I love her. Hello, I have a confession. I didn't update yesterday at all. I did read yesterday at work for a little bit. I read some of Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. But then I got home, recorded a separate video that's actually going to be out before this one. And then I just didn't read. My husband and I watched some of the Lord of the Rings movie, the first one. It's so good. But anyhow, as I think I mentioned earlier in this video, today is a Friday, but it's a working Friday. But this morning I had some stuff I needed to get done. I just had my headphones on. I was freaking blasting through some Oathbringer. I think I've already listened to about 60 pages this morning, which if you know anything about the Brandon Sanderson audiobooks is like, that's like 4 hours. Like these audiobooks are crazy. But anyhow, we are about to lock the freak in, listen to some more. I have some chores I need to get done. My husband and I are going back home this weekend, back to my mom's house. We are going both to my parents and his parents. It's his dad's birthday weekend, so we're going home. So I have to pack and do some chores around the house and just like do some other maintenance stuff. And I still have some work tasks I need to get done. So I think I'm about to lock the freak in, work for the next hour-ish or so. And then after that, we gotta pack, do the chores. We have a 4-hour drive ahead of us. We'll probably listen to Dungeon Crawler Carl on the drive together, but also my husband has recently been listening to Red Rising, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe he'll want to listen to Red Rising, which means I could read. But anywho, all that to say, I do think today will be a lot of reading, hopefully. And usually I end these videos on Saturday or Sunday, just kind of depending on the vibes. We'll just have to see what happens because, yeah, have some traveling to do, like I said. So, but anyhow, I'm just rambling for no reason. All that to say, what I'm trying to say is I think we're going to get some good reading in the next couple of days. So I will update you here in a little bit. But anywho, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I love bringing you guys along for my corporate weeks, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy sharing them with you. The total for this week was 508 pages. There were so many days other than last Tuesday, like literally most of the days I read like 10 pages, which is crazy. But like I've said before, and I probably will say again, reading is a journey. And you know what? Sometimes your journey is busier than other times, and that's okay. This week just happened to be a really busy week for me, but we still read, and that's the important part. But yeah, 508 pages feels kind of surprising. Literally, other than me reading all of Gallant, that was like not hardly any pages at all. But I'm proud I was able to read some, and I'm feeling good about this upcoming week. Yeah. But anywho, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope to catch you in the next one, and I appreciate you so much for being here.